This is, I've had a super duper emotional day. Let me give you context as to why this day was emotional. Like sometimes you hear an emotional story and it makes you tear up. Today I heard an emotional story. I was actually fighting back throwing up. Like it was that difficult and that emotional, but let me give you the context and tell you why. I am on a journey that's unlike anything I've ever done before with my best friend and colleague, Dr. Adam Frower. And we are visiting sites, like historical sites, where significant moments in the African American struggle for social justice and equality took place. We started our journey yesterday in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And by the way, this is a big video project we're doing. So we're going to release a video of this whole project and express why it's relevant to solution-focused brief therapy. Yesterday, we went to Tulsa, Oklahoma and recorded all kinds of crazy stuff. And, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. And today, I'm currently right now standing in front of a place called Little Rock Central High School. And Little Rock Central High School is where the Little Rock Nine integrated the public school system here in Little Rock, Arkansas. You can see the school behind me. Those are the steps. Those are the steps that these 9 students had to bravely walk up. After, like, the story of how they even got to the steps is crazy. So, like, forget the stuff that happened on the steps, but just how they got to the steps was crazy. And over there, can't see, but behind the camera over there is a United States park historical site. So this is a place that the United States has park rangers give you tours and tell you about the history. Now, I've read about this event. As an African American, I take African American history very seriously. So I've known about the Little Rock Nine most of my life. One of the reasons I think education is important, because I don't take for granted that education was not always easily attainable to African Americans. But what I learned today has shaken me quite a bit, actually. I didn't know what I now know. So anyway, I want to share with you what I learned today. So like I said, over there's this historical museum, and we had this wonderful woman named Rebecca who works for the United States Park Department, and she told us the history of how the Little Rock Nine became a thing. It was like an hour-long lecture, and let me tell you, I almost walked out multiple times. Not because Rebecca wasn't doing an amazing job, but because the content was so heavy. And then we came outside, and there was this woman named Liz. Adam, do you remember Liz's last name? One of the Little Rock Nine, her name was Elizabeth. Liz is what they call her. Now, let me tell you this story. So, Elizabeth Eckford. Okay, Elizabeth Eckford. Hey, Yanetta. Hey, everybody saying hi. Thank you. I'm glad you did that because I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. And by the way, if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. My favorite thing in the world is when I do videos and I see the likes going up. That's really fun. So anyway, Elizabeth Eckford was one of Little Rock Nine. Now, the people, I'm gonna take a whole day's experience and crunch it down into like 30 seconds so you guys can understand. But Elizabeth Eckford was one of this group, and the leader of this group, the adult who was like chaperoning these kids, Adam, what was it? Daisy Bates was a woman named Daisy Bates. And Daisy Bates, she decided that she didn't, they were gonna meet outside of the school, and then Daisy Bates was gonna escort the students into the building. And she decided that was too dangerous because there was people threatening violence and physical harm to these kids. So Daisy Bates decides, instead of meeting at the school, we're gonna meet at my house, and I'm gonna drive the kids from my house just to ensure that all of the kids move as one unit. So the night before they were gonna integrate this school, she calls all of the homes and tells everybody this plan. But Elizabeth Eckford's family didn't have a phone, so she didn't know the plan. So just behind me, there's this street. And look, Adam and his wife are off camera. They're going to hear the story and cry. They're going to get emotional because what we learned, and I'm going to tell you why it matters and why I think it's important for solution-focused people to hear this story. Hi, Donna. So there's a bus stop a block that way and a bus stop a block that way. So remember, Elizabeth Eckford didn't get the message that we're all meeting at Daisy Bates' house. So she shows up at the bus stop down that street, 1 block that way. She can hear a rumbling. You know when there's a massive crowd of people, you can hear like the rumbling of people, but she does not know the level of risk that she is at. So she innocently walks up this block just for her first day of school. She tries to enter this school here at a door that's on that side of the school. The National Guard literally blocks her way without saying a word, points. This is a 16-year-old girl, by the way. Points. And then she walks around and she tries to enter another door, and then she tries to enter this door, and she gets blocked at every point. And then as she's walking, she's being called names, threats of physical assault. She's being spit on. 16-year-old girl just come to first day of school, and she's being verbally abused. She's being threatened. She's being spit on. It's really, really bad. So she decides this is not safe. I cannot be here. The National Guard let her know that we're not here to protect you. We're here not to let you into the school. So this 16-year-old girl walks to a bus stop there, down the street that way. And she sits at the bus stop for 38 minutes. Covered, her clothes were soaking wet with people's spit. And she sits at the bus stop that way. She waits for 38 minutes while this crowd of people verbally assaults her, threatens her life. A group of reporters, there's a famous picture. If you Google the name Elizabeth Eckford, you'll see her sitting at a bus stop. You can see people around her. Those were reporters trying to shield her from this racist, violent, terrorist mob. Elizabeth Eckford has had a really difficult life since this moment. She's lived with the trauma of this event her entire life, and it has interrupted her ability to have a happy, healthy life. Now, Adam and I have been teaching solution-focused brief therapy for over a decade now. And at some point, we realized it's very important that you learn like the techniques and the process of solution-focused brief therapy, but it's even more important that you learn the stance and the simplicity of the position we must take as clinicians when we're using this. And in fact, maybe the most important lesson that you have to learn is that words matter. It drives me crazy when people say to me, I don't think solution-focused brief therapy can make a difference in a client's life, or it can't work quickly, or it's only for Band-Aid approaches and that kind of thing. And one of the reasons that drives me crazy is because those types of belief and statements negate the truth, which is words matter. As we were on this tour and this wonderful park ranger was explaining this story to us, I just realized this is a story about several things, but in part, the Elizabeth Eckford story is a story about the power of words in a negative way. She has lived with those words for more than 50 years. She has carried those words with her for 50 years, and those words have impacted her ability to have a happy, healthy life. And they were words that were shared in a 2-block walk from that street to that street. It would probably take, if I went down to that bus stop right now, it would probably take me 5 minutes to walk those 2 blocks. And I'm not a fast walker, it'd take me 5 minutes. It's a little bit of a hill. Walk up that hill and end up at that bus stop. And if I wait the 38 minutes as she waited, it'd be 43 minutes, and her life was changed forever because of what happened along that walk. And she's carried those words with her for the rest of her life. I'm telling you this to tell you that the words you use are profound, and people carry them with them for the rest of their lives. So imagine what happens if you use loving, caring, outcome-driven, hope-filled words as you talk to your clients. They carry them with them for the rest of their lives, and it creates an impact. But instead of being a negative impact that causes destruction, it creates a positive impact that causes construction. So I don't know what Adam and I thought we would learn. We actually, I don't know about Adam. I won't speak for Adam. When I did this journey, when I planned this journey, when I imagined and dreamed about this journey, I actually thought we're going to make a bunch of videos and share these stories with our community and with our following to inspire them to be able to be better professionals. I didn't know what I would learn, and I didn't anticipate being inspired and touched so deeply too. But that's what happened. We're now just in city number 2. We have 7 cities to go, guys. We're gonna leave super early in the morning. We're gonna drive to Memphis, Tennessee, and visit the spot where Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. And there's a solution-focused lesson all along the journey. Like I said, we're recording it all, and we're gonna share it with you once we have the final video ready. But I need you to totally get it. I need you to follow me. Your words matter. And if you can destroy, someone in 2 blocks, imagine what you could build in a therapy session. So we've got to let go of this idea that, like, I don't know if this approach works or whatever. Like, and a matter of fact, forget it, whatever approach. Like, we have to recognize that therapy works because words matter. Therapy works because words are impactful. And solution-focused brief therapy works because we're super intentional about using words that are filled with hope, love, care, and belief in a client's capacity to change. And so if you're following me and you want to learn solution-focused brief therapy, like, thank you. I love you for that. Like, I hope you enjoy the content that I share. You've changed my life by allowing me to share it with you. But you got to start with this basic fundamental belief and recognize and totally accept that words matter. So look, there's a bunch of you having watched this video right now, and I'm going to leave this video up on my Facebook page. If you are watching this video, I need you to leave a comment. I need you to leave a comment that simply says, I believe words matter. Because we have to claim that, and I want to make that, this comment, I want it to be filled. Like, I want to just go all the way down of people saying, I believe words matter. Because once you accept that fundamental basic principle, then you are almost like programming yourself to be careful with the words you use. Both in a respectful way when you're working with clients. Susan, yes. Carolyn, yes. Like, I believe words matter. Frickin', yeah, curse. Shit, words matter. Like, we're gonna say it. Like, Kristen, words matter. Donna, words matter. As human beings, I told you, this is hard. As human beings, we should never put a 16-year-old child and program her to walk the rest of her life with those words, ever. That should never have happened, and it should never happen again. And think about the clients you see, and think about the words that they are carrying with them on their shoulders. Unetta, words matter. I want everyone, if you're watching this video, you have to say this. Think of the words that your clients are carrying with them when they walk into your office. And think of the words you could use to help transform their experience. Because I want people, imagine what would have happened. Like, this is, I haven't had this thought. What she was doing, I don't know why, like, getting choked up is literally choking me up. What she was doing back in September of 1957 was overtly difficult. One black child to be the first black child ever to come to this school. Imagine if that mob was yelling encouraging things at her. Like, imagine if that mob was saying, you can do it. We believe in you. You've got this. And she walked 2 blocks of belief, love, care, and hope. Imagine if that mob were saying, if you get into trouble, you can call me. Imagine if that mob was saying, we believe that you can do great things in this world. We feel lucky that you are the student who is walking through those very doors to make us a better community, because being more diverse is better. Can you imagine how Elizabeth Eckford's life would be different if those are the words she got to carry for the rest of her life. And I'll be damned if any client I see walks out without new words to carry with them, because words matter. I didn't know what I was going to find on this journey. And this is just a little bit of what like I said, we've only been to 2 cities so far. And we are just being confirmed that words matter. When you program people to believe in themselves and to love themselves and enjoy what they see in the mirror, you change their lives. So for me, like that's what stands out to me. That's why I had to make a video from this historic location, because I need you guys all to believe that words matter. And that's why I want you to proclaim it in the comment section below. So in the comment section below, everyone, if you're watching this video, you're watching a replay, I believe words matter. As a society, we need that. As a community, we need that. As clinicians, we need that. We need to always remember that, so that everyone walking around this planet gets to walk and carry words with them that fit with what they're hoping to achieve in this world. My heart broke as I was listening to the park ranger give us the tour. And I never thought about it before, but Elizabeth Eckford, she was not given words that fit with what she hoped to achieve. Think about what a 16-year-old Elizabeth Eckford wanted to be when she got off of that bus 1 block that way. And think about what Elizabeth Eckford was now destined to become because of those words when she got onto the bus that way. We can never again allow people to do that, ever. And I mean that in the world, I mean that in your community, and I mean that in your therapy office. We have a responsibility as humans on this planet, and we have a responsibility as helping professionals, and it starts with the words that we use. So, you guys keep following me, because this week I'm gonna try to do my best to bring you guys along this journey. Tomorrow is Memphis, Tennessee. You guys can't see it, but Adam and his lovely wife is sitting off camera, and I'm gonna ask Adam the stupidest question ever. Adam, you wanna come? No. He does not. He does not. Adam, you oh, here he is. Here he is.
Hi, everybody.
Adam, you want to add anything?
I don't know what else to add. I think Elliot captured a lot of it. I think the thing for me, that story, and particularly Elizabeth hit, is, and then some of you know, I have a 16-year-old daughter. I shouldn't have said that.
I know. See, like I'm telling you, like this is not a game. Like this, we're really going through this right now.
And I just think part of why words matter is because we're talking to people. If you don't know Elizabeth Eckford, then the story can't penetrate your heart until you know her. And as I walked those 2 blocks, I thought of my 16-year-old daughter walking those 2 blocks.
Ugh.
And so all of a sudden, Elizabeth's life means something to me. And I think words do matter, but I think people matter. And when someone sits down with us in our offices, sometimes we fall into the trap of forgetting that this is a real person sitting with us. And the work is not their work to do. The work is our work to do. To remember, to take the time to get to know them, to understand I'm talking to a real person who is walking what may be the hardest 2-block journey they've ever got to walk. And so it is our job to become invested in each person and to think this could be my daughter walking down this street. And if 1,000 people surrounded her, what would I do? What wouldn't I do to protect her? And in some sense, we need to take that same caring and that same compassion and meet each person that sits down with us with that much care and compassion.
This is not about like, here's that, like our teaching is no longer about like, here's that ask the miracle question, exception finding, whatever. Like, we'll teach you that, but what's more important about what he just said. These people that we see, they're going to leave our offices and they're going to go on their walk. And they might have to walk the hardest 2 blocks of their life, metaphorically. And we should be thinking, what words do we want them to be carrying as they walk those 2 blocks? Now, look, I can't do this no more today. Like, this is all I got.
No, it's awful.
It's really hard. And we have 7 more stops, 7 more locations to visit. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. Becca is off camera, and I know better than to ask Becca to come on camera. She will not do it. She does not like cameras, and she has spent a lot of this day in tears. Becca ain't coming on this camera. But Becca, will you come close? And I want you to yell something. Becca went through.
You're going to pay for this?
No, I just said come close. She'd have to get on the camera. I just want her in earshot. We've had a really emotional day. So we're about to sign off and end this video. But we are going to do 2 things tonight. Number 1 is we're going to watch Marvel stuff. Because if we're going to do heavy stuff. By the way, Donna, who's an amazing woman, says hi. Donna Berryman says hi.
Donna Berryman, we talk about your Facebook posts all the time, and we think you're the best Facebook poster ever.
Is she coming on camera?
She is.
Oh, here she is. Oh my God, you guys got her on camera. Donna, you got her on camera. You have no idea how amazing that is. Look, see, I wasn't even making it up. All right, so we're going to sign off in a minute. We're going to go do, so we're going to watch Marvel movies because I need lightness tonight because heaviness is happening again tomorrow. And Becca went through cancer treatment a couple of years ago, and we learned something does solve all problems. There was a phrase that Becca had that she was like, I think I know what solves all. So Becca, what solves all problems?
It's ice cream.
Ice cream. Ice cream
That's
solves
it.
all problems. So we have had a really heavy emotional day as we have walked in the footsteps of history, and we've learned amazing stories about, like, this is not a story about 9 students who integrated a school. This is a story about 9 students who were more courageous at the age of 14, 15, and 16 than I'm capable of being at 44. This is a story of people who gave up everything, and they knew it at 14, to change the world in which we live. I have degrees because of what happened here, and they learned to let people like me get educated around people like him. It wouldn't have happened if those 14-year-olds didn't give up everything to be here. So as we walked in the footsteps of history today, it was heavy. So today, I don't give a damn about calories. We have a lot more work we have to do. I don't give a damn about that. We're going to watch Marvel stuff, and we're going to eat ice cream. And then I'm going to make another video for y'all tomorrow. So keep following me. Stay tuned. I love y'all. Thank you for trusting us with your time. Thank you guys for letting us share our passion for solution-focused brief therapy with you. And I'm dead serious. I want you to leave a comment below that says, I believe words matter. According to the Harvard School of Medicine, things you write down, you reaffirm. And you cannot be a good citizen of this world. You cannot be a good steward of people's hearts and futures without believing in the power of words. So I'll see y'all tomorrow.
See you, everybody.